Good morning. I am Day. DAA are my initials. I am in recovery from loss, grief, trauma, and addiction. In my years of active recovery, I have found that upon awakening, it is useful to affirm and devote myself to the me of my recovery, the one that ties all of the pieces together gently, lovingly, and sometimes even fiercely, to face each day, one day at a time. With these daily affirmations, reflections, devotions, and meditations, walk with me on the recovery journey of hope, renewal, resilience, and self reflection. And remember that you are not alone. Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. February 14. Expectations versus demands. Burn the idea into the consciousness of every man that he can get well regardless of anyone. The only condition is that he trust in God and clean house. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 98. Dealing with expectations is a frequent topic at meetings. It isn't wrong to expect progress of myself, good things from life, or decent treatment from others. Where, where I get into trouble is when my expectations become demands. I will fall short of what I wish to be, and situations will go in ways I do not like, because people will let me down sometimes. The only question is, what am I going to do about it? Wallow in self pity or anger? Retaliate and make a bad situation worse? Or will I trust in God's power to bring blessings on the messes in which I find myself? Will I ask Him what I should be learning? Do I keep on doing the right things I know how to do no matter what? Do I take time to share my faith and blessings with others? Fair use. Courage to change, one day at a time in Al Anon. February 14. Confusion can be a gift from God. Looking back on instances when I felt desperately in need of immediate solution, I can see that often I wasn't ready to act. When I became fully ready, the information I needed was there for the taking. When I know too much about my options before the time is right to exercise those options, I tend to use the information only to drive myself crazy. That's why today, when I am feeling confused, I try to consider it grace. It may not yet be time for me to act. I think that dealing with confusion can be like cooking. If the bread isn't done, I don't take it out of the oven and insist that it's time to eat. I let it finish baking. Clear solution to a problem hasn't shown itself yet. I can trust that it will appear when the time is right. Today's reminder: I will thank my higher power for whatever I experience today, even if I feel troubled or confused. I know that every experience can offer me a gift. All I have to do is be willing to look at my situation in the light of gratitude. Everything has its wonders, even darkness and silence, and I learn whatever state I may be in, therein to be content. Helen Keller. Fair use. Just for today, daily meditations for recovering addicts. February 14. Honesty and spirituality. The right to a God of your understanding is total and without any catches. Because we have this right, it is necessary to be honest about our belief. if we are to grow spiritually. Basic text, page 25 through 26. In meetings over refreshments and talks with our sponsor, we hear our NA friends talking about the way they understand their higher power. It would be easy to go with the flow, adopting someone else's beliefs, but just as no one else can recover for us, so no one else's spirituality can substitute for our own. We must honestly search for an understanding of God that truly works for us. Many of us begin that search with prayer and meditation and continue with our experiences in recovery. Have there been instances where we have been given power beyond our own to face life's challenges? When we have quietly sought direction in times of trouble, have we found it? What kind of power do we believe has guided and strengthened us? What kind of power do we seek? With the answers to these questions, we will understand our higher power well enough to feel safe and confident about asking it to care for our will and lives. A borrowed understanding of God may do on a short haul, but in the long run, we must come to our own understanding of a higher power. For it is that power which will carry us through our recovery. Just for today, I seek a power greater than myself that can help me grow spiritually. Today, I will examine my beliefs honestly and come to my own understanding of God. Fair use. February 14. Reflection for today, read out of Today Emotions Anonymous. Today is a special day celebrated by lovers in the United States. The heart is a symbol which has been seen in stores for weeks. Sweethearts send each other cards, flowers, candy. We call friends and relatives to say, "Hi, I am thinking of you." We care for each other in a special way on this day. We make an effort to be nice to friends and strangers alike. In short, the day is dedicated to love. Why only one day of the year? I can strive for 2 days and then three and so on. In the past, I was afraid to show love for fear of rejection. It is not as hard as it used to be. I have seen how necessary love is to me. Meditation for today. Help me to not be fearful of sharing my love and friendship all year long. Today I will remember lack of love will pain me much more than lots of love. Fair use. Strengthening my recovery meditations for adult children of alcoholics dysfunctional families. February 14. Good enough. As we face our abandonment issues, we will be attracted by strengths and become more tolerant of weaknesses. BRB, page 591. For years, our critical inner parent continued to remind us that we were not good enough. It was a replay of what we were taught about ourselves as children. We didn't realize it, but that critical part of us was also saying we would never have enough to satisfy our needy inner child. At some point, we may have asked ourselves, what is enough? With the help of the ACA program, we began to see that we were making inroads into the healing process that would quiet our critical inner parent. In doing so, we knew we could begin to meet our inner child's needs. As life continues to move forward, bit by bit, we let go of the enough of our childhood and learn to accept who we are, that we have so very much to offer. We recognize that our higher power helps us fulfill our needs and occasionally our wants. The affirmation reads, "On this day, I remember that I am and I have always been more than good enough." Share, like, subscribe, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be. DHB Recovery Network. Daily affirmations, reflections, devotions, and meditations.